In contemporary discussions, much has been said about the concept of the new man. This mysterious figure is described as someone who is a good listener and does not feel compelled to assert their dominance in every situation. This archetype is also often referred to as a Sigma male. Sigma males tend to have a unique ability to handle specific forms of criticism better than the average man, although they are not entirely impervious to it. For Sigma men, the reception of criticism is often contingent upon the critic's intentions and the criticism's relevance. They tend not to appreciate their time being squandered on criticism that is neither useful nor logical. Thus, Sigmas may receive criticism differently depending on the situation. While some people may be fond of Sigma males, others may be quick to criticize them. This piece outlines 8 common criticisms directed at Sigma males. 1. Sigma men are often perceived as different from the rest of the male population. Some people might even consider them to be strange or peculiar. While this characterization is not necessarily a negative one, it can present some difficulties for Sigma men who struggle to fit into a society that prioritizes conformity. However, the fact that they are not normal does not mean that Sigma men are not valuable contributors to society. In fact, being normal is an overrated concept. Sigma males demonstrate that success and happiness do not require conforming to societal norms. Every individual possesses a unique set of traits and skills, and we should celebrate these differences instead of criticizing them. It is senseless to adhere to someone else's idea of normalcy when there is no single correct way to be. Therefore, let us appreciate the Sigma men of the world for their distinctive selves. We can learn a great deal from them if we remain open-minded. 2. Sigma males are often judged for not being alpha enough. In today's society, there is an enormous amount of pressure on men to conform to the ideal of an alpha male. However, the definition of what it means to be an alpha male is subjective and varies from person to person. Some people view alpha males as individuals who are assertive and domineering, often speaking the loudest in a room. However, Sigma males tend to be more introspective and subdued, which can be perceived as a weakness by some. Nevertheless, being a Sigma male does not equate to being weak. In fact, Sigma males tend to be more attuned to their emotions and are comfortable in their own skin, which takes a great deal of strength. We could all learn a lot from this trait. It is time to stop comparing Sigma males to alpha males since they are two distinct personality types, and one is not superior to the other. It is important to respect and appreciate both equally, recognizing that everyone possesses unique strengths and weaknesses. We must concentrate on these differences rather than attempting to force everyone into a standardized mold. 3. Sigma males are often challenging to comprehend, and their mysterious demeanor can make them appear perplexing to those unaccustomed to their unique personalities. These individuals possess an enigmatic aura, which can be captivating or vexing, depending on one's perspective. Sigma males' reserved nature can also make it difficult to build a rapport with them. They are less outgoing than other men and prefer to keep their personal lives private. This can make them appear distant, but it merely requires patience and effort to get to know them better. Since they don't conform to societal norms, Sigma males can be difficult to predict, causing some people to become frustrated. Nevertheless, we must remember that they are staying true to themselves. It's natural to judge when we don't understand someone, but we should strive to be more open-minded. Everyone is unique, and that is what makes life fascinating. If we could learn to accept and appreciate others, the world would undoubtedly be a better place. 4. The stereotype that Sigma men are arrogant and aloof is a common misconception. While they may come across as confident and mysterious, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are stuck up. Most Sigmas are easy to get along with and down to earth. The issue lies in the fact that their self-assuredness is often misinterpreted as arrogance. People sometimes perceive them as too self-assured and not interested in anyone else. However, this isn't accurate. They are comfortable with who they are and don't feel the need to prove themselves to others. Sigmas may appear unapproachable to some, but that is often because they don't enjoy small talk. They prefer to have meaningful conversations about topics that are important to them. If you want to get to know a Sigma, be prepared to engage in a deep and thought-provoking discussion. 5. Sigma males are known for their unpredictable nature. They may prefer to be alone one day and be social the next, leaving some people feeling confused and frustrated. However, it's important to recognize that Sigmas are simply following their own internal compass, and not everyone is wired the same way. Despite their unpredictable tendencies, their unique perspective can also be a strength. Sigma men are often the ones who come up with innovative ideas because they are not afraid to think outside the box. It's natural for people to criticize those who are different, but we should remember that not everyone is meant to fit into the same mold, and diversity is what makes the world interesting. 6. Sigma males have a reputation for being extremely selective when it comes to choosing a partner. Contrary to popular belief, they are not seeking perfection in a woman. Rather, they are looking for someone who is compatible with their lifestyle and understands their need for independence. They are not interested in being with someone who will take care of them or be a pushover. They have high standards because they want to be with someone who can match their intellect and not create unnecessary drama. Unlike many men, who prefer an easygoing, low-maintenance partner, Sigma males are willing to remain single rather than settling for someone who does not meet their expectations. This does not mean that they are incapable of forming a committed relationship, but they will not compromise on their values and desires. 7. Sigma men are often considered as lone wolves, preferring solitude over constant social interaction. This doesn't mean they are antisocial, but rather that they value their alone time and personal space. While Sigma men may not be the center of attention at a party, they can still be great company. They often have intriguing insights and are excellent listeners. Moreover, they tend to be laid back, making them easy to be around. It's important to respect each other's preferences for social interaction and personal space, as everyone has different needs. Enjoying your own company is perfectly acceptable and should be respected. 8. Sigma males are often driven and ambitious, which makes them workaholics. They set high standards for themselves and are always striving to achieve their goals. While some people may see this as a way to impress their bosses, it is actually a reflection of their desire for challenge and stimulation. Despite their reputation as hard workers, Sigma men know how to take breaks and enjoy life. They can relax and have fun, even if it means taking time away from work. It's important to note that they are not working hard to please anyone else, but rather to achieve their own personal goals. Although they may seem like they are always working and don't have time for anything else, this is not always the case. In conclusion, Sigma males are often misunderstood, but they have many admirable qualities that make them unique individuals. They value their independence, are confident in themselves, and are often driven and ambitious. While they may prefer to be alone at times, they are still great company and have interesting perspectives to share. They have high standards when it comes to relationships and are not willing to settle for less. Additionally, their work ethic and willingness to think outside the box make them valuable contributors to any team. Overall, we should strive to appreciate and respect the different personality types and preferences that exist in our world. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like the video and tell us in the comments what you think of the video, and as always, keep grinding. Peace.